end of her era there, but of course, like I say, it's money and sequels, eh? Why, hello there YouTube, and welcome back to 31 The Free Slashers. So, I am Random Ross, and today, it is day 23, and for that one, we are reviewing Halloween H20 20 years later. And no, nothing to do with the water, H20. I think it was meant to be like H20, marking 20 years since the first Halloween film. So this is from 1998, and it was directed by Steve Miner. Yes, who directed Friday Part 2 and 3. Starring Jaime Lee Curtis, Adam Atkins, Michelle Williams, Adam Han-Bry, Jodie Lynn O'Keefe, Jenet Leigh, yes, her mother, Josh Hartnet, LL Cool J, and a young Joseph Gordon-Levitt, with Chris Durand as Micheal Myers. So this is the 7th installment of the Halloween franchise, and it's the 7th installment, but it works as the 3rd installment. Yes, the events of Halloween 4, 5 and 6 are wiped from this one, and this is a new timeline. The first 2 Halloweens still exist, but this one is a direct sequel to just them 2. So, 20 years later, Laurie is now living under a new name, a new alias in California, at a college works at a college that her son attends, with his girlfriend played by Michelle Williams and her son played by Josh Hartnet. And of course, 20 years later, Micheal resurfaces. In the opening scene, he returns and kills young Joseph Gordon-Levitt and his friend Joseph Gordon-Levitt gets an ice skate to the face. Yeah, Joseph Gordon-Levitt appears in this just for a small part, and of course back then he was known for Third Rock from the Sun, but now he's like a big name. Okay, so yes, and of course Micheal, for some reason, he goes from Haddonfield, Illinois, all the way to California and finds Laurie and starts to, well, finish what he started all those years ago with appearances from other big names, including including Jaime Lee's real-life mother, Jenet Leigh, and of course rapper LL Cool J to apparently at the time raise public interest. Did it? Not so much, but this film did good enough to get a sequel, which we will review in a few days. So, let's get on to my likes and dislikes about this one. First of all, the likes. I like that they got, after 20 years, they got Jaime Lee Curtis to return as Laurie. Of course, portraying her 20 years after the events of the first two Halloween films. And she's pretty much civilized, and she's over the whole terror of Halloween of the first two films. But then Micheal returns. So yeah, I like that they got Jaime Lee Curtis back in this and her performance. And I liked that they brought Micheal in. Well, Michael's part of the franchise. I instantly liked the connection that they had in this film, Laurie and Micheal, like they're brother and sister. And Micheal is like still on the hunt for her and wants to kill her. I also liked, what's his name, who I've just said is Micheal in this? Chris Durand. He does great as Micheal. He plays Micheal, and there's some scenes where the mask is different again, like in Halloween 4 when there was a different mask. In this there is also another mask where at one point the forehead's really big, and at another part the mask is CGI'd, which I don't know why. But yeah, I liked Micheal in this one. He's like unstoppable, and you know, he kills anyone who gets in his way. And there's even a bit in there where he's like reaches his hand into the gate of Josh Hartnet and Michelle Williams when they're trying to get into the house, and Michael's like waving his knife trying to get them, but then he finds the keys. But he's too late then because they're already inside. And I like that scene where him and Laurie first see each other again, face to face after 20 years. I also liked the ending to this. Now, the ending of this, it kind of ended where Laurie, you know, manages to, you know, hijack the ambulance Michael's body was getting taken away in. Of course, Micheal wasn't dead, and she crashes the car and traps Micheal between a branch and the van, and then beheads him with an axe. Now, I thought the ending was good because they were planning to end it there, but of course Hollywood wanted more money, so they ended up making another film. But like I said, we'll get to that on day 25. Yeah, so I like that, you know, it was the conclusion to what should have been the end of an era there. But of course, like I say, it's money and sequels, eh? But yeah, I enjoyed this one. I like that they got Jenet Leigh in there, who of course, you know, is known for her role as Marion Crane in Psycho, and in real life she was Jaime Lee's mother. And I even like that she reused the line that the sheriff used in the first Halloween. It's Halloween, I guess everyone's entitled to a good scare. Yeah, so I liked her in this. I also like that they got LL Cool J, who was a big rapper at the time, making it into the films. I mean, I think this was a year before his performance in Deep Blue Sea. He was okay in this. He was like a laid-back security guard and survived. Yeah, so this one is pretty much a solid sequel, and like I said, serves as the third installment, even though it's the 7th installment. I don't get the title why it's called Halloween H20, but it would have just been good being called Halloween 20 years later. But at the end of the day, it's a decent sequel. So my final thoughts and ratings. What am I going to give this one? Halloween H20, 20 years later. I'm going to give this, I think I'll give it 3. 3? Yeah, I'll give it 3 kitchen knives out of 5 for Halloween H20, 20 years later. So, that has been my review on Halloween H20, 20 years later. This has been 31, the Free Slashers, day 23. I've been Random Ross. And have you seen Halloween H20? Let me know down in the comments below. We could have a discussion, whatever. And you can watch all of 31 on my channel so far. You know, please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already and you're new here and you want to see more from me, and to hit the notification bell. All of my social media links are down below in the description, so be sure to check all that out. And I will be back tomorrow with day 24, where we will be returning to the Friday franchise with Jason X. So, yes, until tomorrow, don't have nightmares.